All right, welcome back. I want to get you the very latest with regards to the situation at the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugee Officers in Pretoria. Now, a group of refugees went over the fence on Thursday after a court order which ordered them to vacate the UN offices in 3 days. Let's get the very latest now. Ofentse Setimo is our reporter on the ground. Ofentse, a very good morning to you.
Thank you very much, Blaine. I just wanted to clarify something with the court order. Apparently, it's the second day of the court order that has been effected, and the refugees that were here were given 3 days to vacate. But joining me now is Brigadier Matapelo Peters to actually elaborate on why the eviction is actually happening today. Thank you so much for your time, Brigadier. Can you tell us what caused the eviction here today, since the court order is not in effect as yet?
Good morning and thank you. I need to clarify that we are not evicting. What we are doing is arresting based on a case of trespassing that was opened yesterday. So the police are here in numbers together with other law enforcement agencies to execute and enforce the law based on this case of arrest. And like you said, the court order is a separate process that's running on its own. We are just here purely on the basis of the case that was opened yesterday for trespassing.
Okay, and I understand the charge is trespassing, and can you elaborate on how long they will be incarcerated, where they will be kept, and the likes?
Well, that is something that would have to be determined by the courts. Ours is just to enforce the law in terms of making the arrests. And I mean, we are here, we can see, we don't need any proof that there are trespassers. So what I need to also elaborate on is that we are working together with other stakeholder departments, like Department of Home Affairs as well as Social Development. So what will be happening is also that Home Affairs will immediately verify the stay of those that have been arrested in the country. So those that are illegally in the country will have to face deportation, while those who might have legal documents to be here will then have to face the law in terms of the trespassing act.
And there are those that are asylum seekers that were actually fleeing from their countries when they arrived here, saying that they do not have any documentation to prove where they come from and to prove that they actually applied to be here. Is there a specific way that you treat cases whereby it's those kind of refugees among those that are here today?
I believe that type of situation is something that our partner departments are here. Like I said, the Department of Home Affairs. So as the police, we will not be able to respond to that, but the Department of Home Affairs is here. I think it will form part of their verification, and then they would then know what consequence management processes to apply.
Okay, and we've heard unconfirmed reports that they will be taken to the Tshwane Event Center. How true is that?
Well, that is just part of us managing this whole process, because if you were here earlier on, you would have seen that there were scores of children who we think were mischievously used as shields because they were put right there in the front. But we had made arrangements for that because we knew that there were children. So those children and their mothers will be taken to a place where the Department of Social Development is able to deal with them and make further arrangements for them to be taken to places of safety while the legal processes unfold.
And I know I might be posing this to a wrong person, but they want to be taken to Canada and not to their home countries. So are you still going to deport them against their will?
I did say that the Department of Home Affairs is here. They are the best people to respond to that. As the police, ours in this case was to arrest. We are still arresting. The scene is still active, as you can see. So later on in the day, we'll be able to confirm the numbers. But in as far as where they are going to in terms of deportation, we are the wrong department to speak on that.
Thank you very much. That was Brigadier Matapelo Peters actually elaborating and explaining that they are not actually effecting a court order, but that a case of trespassing was opened when the refugees entered the premises of the UNHCR, and they are effecting that arrest and saying that other matters concerning the residents would have to refer to the Home Affairs Department, which is also here. We'll try to probe further so that we bring you the latest as and when it happens. With that, it's back to studio.
All right, Ofentse, thank you very much indeed for your reporting. Ofentse Setimo live for us in Pretoria.